And it says in the verse that Avram came to Egypt, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's ironic. Avram listened to Hashem at the age of 75 to go to an unspecified land where he'll find his destiny, which was Canaan. God led him to Canaan. And it didn't work out. It did not work out. And he had to leave. And where did he have to go? To a pretty low place, Egypt. Instead of being allowed to live in Canaan, which was plan A as far as he's concerned, and start his monotheistic revival in God's promised land, Avraham was thrust into a bastion of paganism and immorality.
Oi.
So ironic, this ambitious monotheist Avram being reduced to seek the mercy of a very immoral country of Egypt. Right? That can make you lose faith. Like the good have to grovel to the wicked.
Twice, one of the 10 tests.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, there's different opinions of what the tests are, but definitely someone holds that. Yet, in a miraculous reversal of fortune, Avram actually had soon the Egyptians begging him for mercy. We're so sorry we took your wife. And shortly he returned to Egypt with greater wealth, with a greater reputation, and accompanied by Hagar, the Egyptian princess who would in time be the mother of Ishmael's first child. So retroactively it became clear that this original descent to being forced to go to Egypt was actually a boost of his progression towards his goals. It's amazing that similarly, we must never be intimidated by the world, neither by the world outside us, nor by the world of personal desires, fears, or preconceived notions within us. Once we answer God's call to go to yourself, we are no longer bound by the limits of our own capabilities. Even apparent regressions will ultimately prove to be an integral part of the process, leading to an ever higher realizations of our divine purpose in life. Wow. So in other words, if you are trying to do God's will and you face serious setbacks, part of doing God's will is to have faith that the setback will ultimately be proven to be a boost forward. But it takes a hard work of faith to believe that. And Avram did that. He had that faith, and it became clear that it was actually the setback was really pushing him forward towards his holy goal. They say many times successful people, like that really were famous for their success, that they weren't like, they actually failed at a bunch of things first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, it was recently I was thinking of somebody's an example of that. Forget. But you can think of examples.
Rabbi.
There's many.
Rabbi, I don't claim to be the greatest success, but I went through like three jobs in like 4 years before I got to Xerox.
Wow.
And I got fired from a couple of them, more or less.
Yeah, so that's Gary, you're one of the. Let's see, who are examples?
And get this,
Paper into Chabad, and they ignored me.
I called.
Chabad has done me harm. I have to tell you that, Rabbi.